All right, the first beer has been poured. Karen, why don't you give us your opinion? Why don't you start?
Because I'm not getting a lot on the nose at all. Just faintly beery smelling. Not a lot going on. It's very light-bodied. It's almost veering towards lager. I'd say it's a pale ale, I think. It's not really exciting me very much. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing I dislike about it. But I'm just not getting a huge love for it. I'd just like a little bit more going on. I think it's just not my style of beer. I prefer a bit more aggressive profile in a beer. So it's an easy drinking beer. It's not unpleasant. Not exciting for me.
Okay, thank you, Dave.
It's no, I don't get anything in the nose. I agree there, but I get kind of an apple, kind of a toffee apple taste from it, almost like a fruit. I don't like the cider though. I think you're right. I think it's kind of like a variation on a pale ale, but I think it's a bit under hopped maybe, and there's no life at all in it. It's very flat. It's almost like a poorly poured cascade or something. I think
we should say that when we open the bottle, it gush. So that may have taken some of the carbonation out. That might explain it. Virginia, the microphone is right in front of you.
Hi. Okay. I was getting some honey notes from the smell, but then the flavor was a little underwhelming. I think it's an easy drinking beer. It's a good maybe warm weather beer. I think you might be right with a pale ale guess, but it's not unpleasant. There's not a lot going on afterwards. It's all right. I don't mind it.
Okay.
It wouldn't be my first choice. I don't think,
What would be your first choice, Dave? You mean as a style?
Yeah, I think as the night went on, I think probably correct myself. I think I'd probably pick this first because I think that as the night went on, you wouldn't be able to taste this if you went to something like an 8 Degrees Gasman or even some of the heavier Metal Man beers, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it would be lost. It's nice though. Like as the guys are saying, it's definitely one you could have even with a salad or something on a sunny afternoon. That's probably when I would have it. I don't think I'd have it in a bar on a night out. I don't think.
Yeah,
it's not bad though.
I must say maybe it's warming up a little bit, but I find as I drink it, I'm getting a little bit more from it. Whereas at the beginning, I found it very, very short in the finish and a little bit watery. And now it's fine, a nice kind of pleasant sweetness without being cloying.
It's not heavy.
No. But it does grow a bit. I quite like the carbonation, but then I don't go for very fizzy beers generally, So, but I think we're all pretty much on the same. It
might work well casked, I think. It's got that kind of almost like room temperature. Yeah. I think it would definitely work better than...
A few hops thrown in the cask, it could be very nice.
Yeah.
But I'd say I don't think it's trying to be... I was trying to do all this without mentioning the word hops. It's not trying to be a hop-forward beer. I don't think it's being... I would imagine it's not being marketed as a very hoppy beer. But I think a very nice, approachable... I'd love if it turned out to be a really good lager, but I think it's probably labelled as pale ale. But it's nice.
What do you, Kieran, what do you think is the ABV on this beer?
I always get this wrong. I would say 4.5%.
Okay. Dave?
I'd say around 5.2 maybe. Yeah, on the 5 anyway.
Okay. Virginia, the microphone is in front of you. What do you think?
I was guessing even a little bit lower, like 4%. 4%. I was thinking 4%? I wasn't getting much of alcohol from it. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, is it a beer that you would drink again? Do you like it?
I wouldn't say no to this beer. Especially in the summertime. I think, a beer like this with a gentle flavor, I like when there's a lot going on externally. When there's a lot of heat and a lot of sweating, I don't mind a more gentle beer. The carbonation is nice. I mean, it's not as fizzy as I would imagine a lager would normally taste, but it has an okay mouthfeel. Yeah, I like it. It's okay.
So what do you
I
think?
don't mind it.
What do you think it is, Virginia? Do you think it's a lager, a pale ale?
I think it's a
or-
pale ale. I'm guessing it's a pale ale.
Okay. Can I confirm that with you, Dave?
I think it's a pale ale as well. Yeah, I don't think it's not a lager. Definitely not.
No lager.
No.
Okay. What kind of color do we have here? I mean, can you try to guess the? I know you can't see it, but
I think it's pale. Yeah, pale to light amber, I would say.
Like a reddy brown almost. I think. Yeah.
I
would Derek-
imagine it would be light in color.
okay. I'm gonna ask you to remove your mask.
Can't see anything.
The beer,
Pale to amber. Yeah.
the beer is Munster Brewery Blackguard, and it's a lager.
Is it now?
It is a lager.
I was hoping it was going to be lager, but I thought it was going to be pale ale.
It's actually now I can talk about it because
Yeah.
uh,
No, to be
it's
honest,
very enjoyable, very crisp, very fresh.
I've
very
seen
nice.
those beers, and just not being a lager drinker, I haven't tried them.
Mhm.
But it's what you would hope a craft lager would taste like, and it does. So yeah,
That's surprising. Yeah, it is. After I think it's definitely not a pale ale, definitely not a lager. It turns to be a lager. Then yeah,
But I'm
it's very surprising though.
No,
It's nice.
I was surprised that you all went for pale ale.
Yeah, I think this maybe would give lagers for non-lager drinkers a better name for itself. Yeah, I think what I like about it is that it has more flavor going on than the lagers I'm used to. You know, like the classics, Heineken and
Mhm.
Budweiser, or
And some from your
Lone
country.
Lone Star from Texas. But sure, those beers are popular in areas that are very hot and where you sweat a lot.
Of course, yeah.
It's like alcoholic water.
Yeah.
This has more going on than those. I
Absolutely.
enjoy it more. Mhm.
Plenty. Yeah, I think for lager, he's got plenty going on. It's a very fine example. Beautiful color. Carbonation would have to sample some beer that haven't been gushing to give it a better opinion of the carbonation. But
it's not bottle conditioned, is it?
I think it is. Yes.
Okay, there it.
I
So that's going to
I don't know actually.
beef it up as a lager. I doubt it though.
It's interesting because now that I see it, it reminds me of Sam Adams. Apart from the maltiness, there's no maltiness in it, but Sam Adams looks identical to it when you pour it.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
It doesn't say on the bottle if it's a bottle condition or not.
Any sediment in there?
I will have to take a look at the other bottle. This one is still full. I think there was a bit of sediment when I poured the end of the first
Yeah, there you
bottle.
go.
So yes, I would
So
say
that's
bottle
interesting.
condition.
Bottle conditioned lager is an
Yes.
interesting thing to do, and I think that's given it just a bit of a bigger flavour profile than it otherwise would.
A bit of a twist on lager, isn't it? Yeah.
So I'm glad I at least mentioned lager.
You did.
And the ABV, what did you guess?
I guess 4.5.
What did you guess, Virginia?
I guess 4.
4,
5.
5, it's 4.2. So Virginia is the closest. Not bad for a beginner.
Yeah, that's a draw. We're both 0.2% out.
4.
Oh, no, I said 5.5, not 0.4.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
went over.
by point of
Yeah.
one, she beats you.
Just you win.
About going over.
That's a low standard to be setting yourself to. You should have heard me the last time. I was wildly out on most of the ATVs.
Well, it's okay. We still have a long show ahead of us, so don't worry. Okay, there may be an occasion for you to get it even more wrong.
Bring it on.
This time, yes. So I think we can agree that this Munster Brewery Blackguard is actually a very nice beer.
Yeah,
The-
that's it. I think a lot of your craft beer drinkers will just shy away from lagers, but I don't think that's. I think the market for this beer is as an entry beer to get people who don't want really hop forward beers, who don't want really strong ABV beers, who want just a nice tasty beer that's going to be a lot tastier than what they might be used to. And I think that's a great kind of entry level. I don't say entry level in quality terms, but in kind of it's very approaching, not terribly challenging beer. And so for somebody that is only used to mainstream beers, I think it would be a great recommendation to go, look, you know, it doesn't have to be really strong. It doesn't have to be really hoppy to have a much, much better flavour than a macro beer, you know. So
I think it's
great job, I think.
Yeah, but I think it definitely might benefit from sitting on a shelf rather than the fridge. I think, you know, at room temperature maybe it might bring the flavours through.
We got it at kind of in between
fridge
and room temperature, which is usually where I like to drink beers anyway. But yeah, straight out of the fridge could possibly squeeze it down a bit. You know?
Yeah. The beer had been here for about an hour, and so they had time to warm up a little bit because it's very cold in my place. Yeah. I have to say that a few weeks ago, I probably would have tasted this beer myself in a pub because I'm kind of one of those beer snobs, like, oh, only drink ale. But since we've been doing the show, I have been tasting a few lager. And I've been very surprised, especially some of the Irish and UK craft lager. A lot of flavor, a lot more flavor than I'm used to in the lager. Some of them were even hoppy and absolutely very nice beer. It would be great to drink on a summer night, on a warm night, and I need to dial down my snobbiness and give those a chance. And we can see here, blindfolded, everybody. I mean, you guys didn't even think it was a lager. I mean, you mentioned lager, but all of you thought it was a pale ale.
I think they do a second lager style as well.
They have a second beer. I should have had the page open on Facebook, but
I think it was unusual that they came out.
I'm so sorry, Munster.
They came out with two lagers. You know, I think one is an unfiltered lager, and what do they call that one?
The Blackguard.
Okay, yeah.
Let me go and find them.
The other one's like kind of a bluey green label, I think. Yeah, I think it's a lager as well. I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they brought out two, which was it's an interesting, you know, because again, every craft brewery is bringing out pale ale, so you know they went, no, let's bring out two lagers.
It's a bit like, you know, if they try to go with the traditional lager style and keep it, you know, not freezing cold like Heineken, Carlsberg, or the rest of them. If they have, you can still definitely get taste into lager if you try.
Yeah, although I would be interested to taste that very cold. You know, it might do something completely different as well.
I prefer to go the other way.
I liked it at this temperature though.
I prefer to go a bit warmer, to be honest with you. Yeah. You know, almost.
Well, you kept mentioning cask as well.
Yeah, so, I did. Yeah.
You're right. They both their beer at the moment. I like the second one is called Firbolg. Yeah, I'm.
What's their commercial description for the two of them?
It's a malt heavy, hop strong. Aspire to its medical name.
And this one then?
For this one, just let me get back to the page.
It's kind of been difficult now, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. It's an unfiltered beer. Okay, that's probably why we had.
That's the unfiltered.
Okay, allowed to settle naturally. The sediment drops to the bottom of the tank. We thought. Well, I'm going to put the website up. I'm not really good at reading like this.
The back of the bottle described the flavor as crisp and refreshing.
Yes.
With a malty aftertaste.
So does the Budweiser does, but I guess I mean they're all. But I think that in this case the crisp.
Again, I think unfiltered lager is a great stepping stone between lager
from the yellow fizzy.
I like some of the German unfiltered lagers.
Like the Edelstoff by Augustine is a fantastic unfiltered lager.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best lagers in the world. Really.
Yeah, the Edelstoff isn't unfiltered.
Is it not?
No.
The one in the wooden casks, and when you got to the.
That's not Edel. Hey, that's.
The one, it's the one that you sit in Arnoldstrasse in Munich, and you sit there with the big wooden casks and the little.
Oh, they're probably in there, but the.
Oh, in the bottle. Sorry, the bottles is not. No, okay. Sorry, it's just been a snob there for a second.
Well, guys, thank you very much for the first one. We're going to go on a quick musical break. We'll finish our glass and we'll start with the next one.